Atlanta News First Plus starts now with First Alert Weather.
Hey there, everybody. I'm First Alert meteorologist Rodney Harris. Hope you're off to a good start to your Thursday. We got some rain that we are forecasting here over your upcoming Father's Day weekend. So that is what I will break down for you, let you know what to expect in terms of the rainfall numbers. And we'll check out the area lakes here in North Georgia because with it being Father's Day weekend, I know a lot of the dads are going to want to get out on that water. So we'll keep you up to date on what to expect. And just so you know, and First Alert meteorologist Courtney Jacobazzi mentioned this as well, it will be a wet Father's Day weekend. We are under a first alert. So let's talk about setup first. We have high pressure that's going to set up shop east of us in the Atlantic Ocean. And what that means, our wind flows clockwise around areas of high pressure. So with that high east of us, that's going to bring our wind out of the Atlantic Ocean and the Gulf. So we're just going to have a ton of moisture that will be streaming into North Georgia over the next several days. So that's key. We don't really have a cold front or anything coming in. There's just going to be a ton of moisture out there. So when you heat that moisture up, you're basically cooking the moisture every day, and that is what's going to lead to daily storms in North Georgia. Again, every single day starting today, and that'll carry us through the entire Father's Day weekend, which is why it's a first alert. So in terms of our rain, so far this year in the city of Atlanta, we've picked up just over 23 inches of rain. So 23 inches the entire year. That leaves us with a surplus actually of just under half an inch, which essentially means we don't really need any rain, but we will get it. Now, because this isn't a cold front, the timing of this, and I know Courtney talked about this earlier as well, but basically each afternoon and evening is when we'll see these storms, and they could happen just about anywhere. So this is a general idea of what you can expect in terms of rainfall through Monday. So I'm starting this right now, and it's going through Monday, and this includes the rain that we're expecting every single day. As you can see, that yellow and orange over Metro Atlanta represent 1 to 2 inches of rain. There could be some isolated locations where you'll see a higher amount of rain, but on average, about 1 to 2 inches of rain is expected in Metro Atlanta from now through Monday. And again, that'll happen just about every single day, mainly in the afternoon and evening. So in terms of the lakes, if you want to get out there in the lakes, we've been having, of course, this issue with the water being too cool. We finally have those water temperatures that are starting to warm up. First Alert meteorologist Ella Dorsey put this together for you earlier this morning. So remember, your optimal water temperature is 78 degrees. You want that water to be at 78. Right now, almost every lake in North Georgia is at least 78. Some of these lakes are at 80 or in the 80s, like Allatoona Lake is at 80. Lake Lanier, you're right at 78. Oconee, out at Lake Laconia, 82 is your water temperature. Hartwell, 81. Lake Burden, 74, so you're still a little bit cooler, which is to be expected up there in the higher elevations of the mountains. But everybody else, if you do plan on getting out on the lakes over the weekend, we are at that optimal water temperature of 78 or warmer. Again, most of our lakes are in the 80s at this point, so it'll feel comfortable out there. You're just going to have to dodge those storms. Here is that forecast. We'll be in the 80s basically everywhere on Saturday and Sunday. Some of these lakes will be a little bit warmer than others. Like if you're going to go out to Lake Oconee, by Father's Day itself, we're talking the upper 80s. Lake Sinclair, upper 80s. West Point Lake, Atlanta, Lake Lanier, Allatoona Lake. You'll, for the most part, be in the mid to upper 80s. So it'll be warm out there. It'll also be super humid, but you won't mind because you'll be in the water. The only issue is to watch out for lightning. The water will feel good, but lightning will be possible. If you're going to get out on the lake in the morning, early afternoon, you'll be fine. Again, it's the late afternoon, closer to 4 or 5 o'clock, stretching towards sunset, when we'll see the highest amount, the highest coverage of storms. And because of the way these storms are developing, they could pop up just about anywhere. It's super important to download our First Alert weather app because you'll get some really important audio alerts on that app. You know that you get an alert whenever there's a warning, but if there's just rain nearby, you'll get an audio alert that'll let you know that there's rain nearby. And if there's lightning nearby, you'll get an alert for that. So if you're going to be out on the lakes, it's a really good idea to have our First Alert weather app to give you that alarm because these storms are going to be very hit or miss, popping up at just about anywhere. And you're likely to get wet just about every single day. So that's what you can expect over the upcoming weekend. I will tell you that the pattern will start to change by like Tuesday or Wednesday. So it'll be the middle of next week when the rain chances will go down. And I say go down because the rain chances aren't going to completely go away. But by the time we get to next Tuesday, Wednesday, the middle of next week, I do believe that we'll start to see less rain. The coverage of rain will start to go down. But that won't be the case this weekend. So you don't have to cancel your plans. It won't be a washout every single day. But you're likely to get wet at some point. So just have a backup plan, especially in the late afternoon and early evening hours. And we'll keep you up to date. In terms of severe weather, we're not forecasting any organized severe weather. And what I'll do is I'll go back to this rainfall graphic so you'll know exactly how much rain, not exactly, but an idea of how much rain to expect over the weekend. No organized severe weather. However, it's not impossible to get an isolated storm or two that'll be strong, especially the later part of the day with some gusty winds, maybe up to 40 miles per hour. We've already been seeing a lot of that, so watch out for that over the weekend as well. But I think our biggest concern by far will be lightning. So if you're going to be out and about, celebrating the dads, watch out for that lightning. And again, have that umbrella, just have it in the car ready to go. If you do, in fact, see rain. We'll keep you up to date on the forecast. Our technical first alerts are on Friday and Saturday, even though we'll have storms just about every day. We know that Friday and Saturday are high activity days, so those are when our first alerts are in place. First alert meteorologist Courtney Jacobazzi, she's working on an updated forecast for you right now. She'll have that on Atlanta News First at noon. You can always follow us in the First Alert Weather app, and we hope you guys have an amazing Thursday. Until next time, we'll see you soon.
30 a.m. on ANF Plus. You can also text weather to the number on your screen, and we'll send a link directly to your cell phone.